a heart attack. Fast fatal heart impact. Past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions. Fact, don't ask, grab reactions. Jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused. Call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, we had Deku. Deku, he began to discover more and more about his abilities, and Hisashi Midoriya, Deku's father, he has been given an offer. Right now, the Public Safety Committee, or the Hero Committee, they are intrigued. They have agents, people who monitor and, well, handle heroes who get out of hand. And right now, they're looking to acquire more agents, more assets. And one file came across their desk that happened to belong to an employee's son. Now, Hisashi Midoriya, they went to him with an offer. The chairman, he told Hisashi they can give him benefits, a promotion, a pay increase, and even, well, a signing bonus. And all Hisashi Midoriya has to do is enroll his son into a program that's being specifically created to encounter villains whenever All Might does retire. Now, Hisashi, he kind of focuses on that last part. His son wants to be a hero, and right in the committee, they're trying to make this project a generation project. They expect villains to pop up and crime to increase whenever Hisashi Midoriya is older, whenever his son is older, and whenever All Might does retire. Now, Hisashi told his wife about this, and they even talked to Midoriya, well, Izuku. And right now, Hisashi, he does sign the paper after his son. He is ecstatic about this. Now, Inko is happy about the project because this actually will help Deku develop his quirk, gain control of it. And that's an issue. Right now, Hisashi Midoriya just signed a deal with the devil, and he doesn't even realize what he's done. Now, the Hero Committee, they're happy. Right now, they won't have to use Plan B. Right now, Plan A is proceeding. Now, a few days will pass, and Deku, he's pulled out of school and taken to a building. Now, the Hero Committee, yeah. Right now, they gotta put on a show and make this look good. Now, with that, there actually is Deku. Deku, he's brought to this place, and after Inko's parked the car, she'll see a lot. Walking to this building, being greeted by a person who looks sophisticated. I mean, someone who's very professional. And right now, the man is standing there, holding onto a clipboard, and informing Inko as to many things. Them walking through specific areas and talking. The man explaining, this place has been specifically created to train heroes. This place, it allows people to train their quirks. And Inko, she does look around. There are areas for people with long-range quirks, a shooting range. There's a physical training gym. There are other places that allow them to use their powers. Places to climb, swim, go underground. I mean, the list goes on and on. And right now, there's even places where you can create things, and there's even a kitchen here. I mean, all of it looks amazing. There's something for everybody. And right now, the fact that Deku, he can take and copy quirks, this could help him in the long run. I mean, yes, it's going to be strange and odd right now because Deku needs to understand his power more, but Inko, right now she just sees the facade. She sees the thing you're supposed to stare at to distract you. Now, Deku, he actually has met a few heroes, and the person, they are currently talking about what they do want Deku to do. They want a public display of his abilities, and they're going to be doing that for right now. there are a number of heroes here, and Deku will be testing out each one of their quirks, just to see the limitations. Now, Deku, he does meet and greet these people. And right now, they actually all do stand there, in front of Deku, surprised. After this, kid does take their quirks, and show to be able to use them good. I mean, his quirk is copying their fully matured quirk. It's not some, well, earlier stage of it. It's actually their power. And right now, a lot of people, they're surprised. Deku's body, it can output massive amounts of their quirk, but there is a physical limit. And Deku, after he does display, let's just say, a large amount of firepower, he actually is kind of tired. However, there's another thing. Somebody, they do walk up. And whenever they do try to ask Deku if he's okay, then bring their hand down to his shoulder, Deku, he actually just goes to turn and stare directly at them pointing their hand backwards after they feel the shock. And right now Deku, he actually doesn't want to stand back up and look around. Him looking back down at his hands, as right now, he actually starts to produce more flames again. And he actually starts to bring his hand up and send out a blast. Now, the person who watched that, Deku, he recovered quickly, but what's going on with him? Now, Inko does watch, and so does the safety committee person. As right now Deku, he actually has to try and focus. Him taking a deep breath, before looking directly up and blasting out another quirk. Deku shooting laser eyes. Now, the person they're impressed. And right now Deku, he's told by the person to close his eyes. Now, Deku does go to do so. Him trying to look towards the pro, asking if he did something wrong. No, just, I had problems in the past. Don't open your eyes. What do you mean? Kid, if you stare at somebody with that power active, a lot of bad things can happen. Listen, just calm down. Okay, turn your head and open your eyes. Try to turn off the power. Now, Deku does listen. And right now, Inko, she does watch what does happen. Deku, he does take on powers. And right now, the safety committee person, they're looking at this a bit more intriguingly. They understand quirks and physical limitations. And right now, Deku, he just displayed 2 different quirks and one left him exhausted. But then he seemed better, almost energized. And that, it was somewhat concerning. Now, Deku, he does test out more quirks. And right now, the limitations of it, they're seen. The only drawback does seem to be that Deku can copy a certain amount of powers as long as his stamina is high enough. And that, it is intriguing to them. Now, there are actually where Deku, he's tired. And right now, after copying somebody's quirk, he does do something that they didn't expect. Deku copies the quirk of a man who has the ability to turn his body into solid gold. And after Deku, he grabbed onto the man, he didn't copy the man's quirk. He actually started to have his hand turn into gold from the location. It didn't seem to sprout from his body. And that's what people, they started to focus on. At that point, they started to understand things. Deku, he can turn his body into this subject matter. But then there's also another question posed. If Deku's body can completely change everything about itself, then what does that mean exactly? And the person that's writing all this down, as right now they do actually pose a theory. They do write down it might be possible in the future for Deku to copy certain objects and matter. And right now it does seem to only affect organic. But Deku, he copied an inorganic material. So that does pose the question. Exactly, does the material have to be organic for him to copy it? Is it only reliant on DNA? And the person, right now that question is the only one they do have about Deku's powers. Since it does seem to be a good idea is to find the limit. Now, Deku, he's taken home. And right now, Inko, she does get the contact information from the man, and he does tell Inko quite a few things. He does explain a few other ideas that might possibly happen with Deku. And Inko, she actually does get intrigued by it. Deku, he'll meet some of the teachers later on. Right now, they do want to focus on his powers. And they actually want to perform more medical tests on him, just to be sure they understand what they're dealing with. And Inko, she does understand. I mean, so far everything that she's seen, it's good. I mean, Deku met local pros. He met people she actually does know about, she's heard about. And Deku, he enjoyed himself. He's happy. Along with that, his powers, they really are unique. Now, Deku, he currently just sits there in the back seat. And right now he still is staring down at his hands. He feels tired. But I mean, it feels cool. I mean, he's incredible. Let me let Deku just think. And right now Deku, he does just sit there, before falling asleep in the car, and Inko driving home. Now, right now the safety committee, they're looking into a lot. Right now they're going to get a lot more of their willing subjects and create something. They're going to have to be a little bit more artificial with this. Now, Deku, he, over the course of the next couple days, learns about his quirk. And right now, Inko does watch Deku interact with a few other people. People who they actually are involved in the program. Now, Deku, he does meet these people. And right now, Inko, she does get more and more trusting. And eventually, whenever Inko, she does decide to start leaving Deku alone with these people, they actually do start to get a bit more involved in things, showing Deku a lot more about what they actually want to teach him. And Deku, he's kind of surprised when the facade does drop. Now, right now they're using pro heroes, and they are trying to get Deku to listen to what they say. Now, right now a decision has been made, and right now Deku, he's going to be meeting a pro hero who actually works alongside the safety committee. Now, Deku, he actually does meet a younger Hawks. And right now, Deku, he's surprised. Hawks is, well, very flashy whenever he does meet him. He comes flying in, and then he does go to Turkey Land. Him surprised as he does see Deku. And right now, Deku, he does see the guy. Now, Deku, he's intrigued. And right now, Hawks, he does tell the kid about what he does. He trains and he tries to work in the shadows. He's more of a stealth hero. He's more leave it to the little guy. Now, obviously Hawks, he does work hard. And he does plan to be a hero. However, right now this is 6 years before he would debut. Because I believe he debuted whenever Deku was 11, maybe? So, yeah, around that time. 5 or 6. Now, Hawks, currently, he does tell the kid everything that he plans to do. And so far, everything that he has done. Now, Deku, he actually does find this to be intriguing. Hawks is already a pro hero, but he's not official. And that just sort of intrigued Deku. He thought that you had to go to school to be a pro, but you just have to want to save people. And that, it's intriguing to him. And Deku, he starts to get pushed down this path. Right now he's starting to understand. You don't have to be, well, you know, in the light of day to save people. You can work behind the scenes, in the shadows. And even if you aren't officially a pro, if people don't idolize you and want your autograph, Being a pro is about having a heroic heart, being a good person about it. And right now, Hawks, he's showing Deku the truth. That's what Deku does think. Hawks is showing Deku what it actually means to be a hero. And Deku, he does start to understand. Now, right now, Deku, he's at a point. And the program, they do a few things. Right now, they want to move Hisashi Midoriya somewhere else. Relocate him and his wife. If they're able to do this, it'll be quite easy. They'll separate the parent from the child. They'll be able to have Deku fully in their course without interference. And right now, a complicated situation is made up. Now, in Konosashi, they're told about what's happening. And right now, Deku, he is actually told the same situation. And Hisashi and Inko, they do understand. I mean, they were told this might happen. I mean, the promotion, the position, it's currently filled at one place. So, Hisashi might need to move. Now, Inko does still want to be here for Deku. And with the fact that there is a pay increase and bonus, she does decide to rent an apartment. Now, she does think that she can be close by. But the program, they actually do offer to house Deku, offer to take him in. I mean, they already have places for people who are in-house in the program. And Deku, he'll be around kids his own age. And besides, they do even pose this question to her. Deku, he's going to be perfectly tutored and schooled. And he can be in their courses and interact with other people his own age. And Inko, yeah, that does seem good. She does want her son to be around people, make friends. And ultimately, she does decide to do that. Now, right now, Hisashi and Inko, they're talking. And Deku, he's actually in this program. And they have him where they want him. However, now there's just one issue. Eventually, Inko and Hisashi Midoriya, they might become a problem. So, someone has to take care of it. Somebody might have to deal with his children's parents. And right now, that same person, they're told about what to do. Now, Deku, he learns more about his powers over the course of a year. And there actually is a new development. Deku has been training and copying the powers of somebody. And every day his powers, they seem to last longer and longer. And eventually Deku, he was away from this person training with somebody else for a while. And he managed to use their power. And people were surprised. And even the people running the program, they had ideas. Deku, he's only 5, if not 5.5, almost 6. And right now, he may have absorbed somebody else's powers, somebody else's quirk. And that immediately shows how big of an asset he'll be. If Deku, he stays in prolonged contact with somebody enough, he might take their powers. If not, well, steal them. And that is seen as something amazing. And a question is posed. Should Deku meet Lady Nagant? Should Deku encounter her? Should he be in contact with her? Should he gain her quirk? Now, with that being said, I do actually want to pose that question to you guys. What quirk does Deku get? And should he meet Lady Nagant? I'll put a poll up actually, because I want to say yes, but at the same time, I want to say no. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.